Okay, when you are ready to do your grid project, you will start out with a small card on the inside of your packet with a square on it. And I want you to first start by cutting this square out to begin the process of gridding, okay? So I'm gonna take this with my scissors, I'm just gonna punch a little hole in the center, and then I'm going to get to the edges. And I'm gonna try to be as accurate as I can cutting this out on the lines, okay? That's the goal, accuracy. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way around. Okay, and it looks like I made a little mistake on this one, so I'm gonna fix it. Okay, so I've got my square cut out. This is gonna be my viewfinder. I'm gonna take this, and you'll notice there's a packet that has your subjects in it. Okay, I'm gonna take the picture that I like the most, and I will take my viewfinder and I will slide it around to find the view of the thing that I like to draw the most. And you can twist it and turn it any which way you'd like. Just figure out, I really like these things. I think that's where I'm gonna go. And I moved it slightly. Okay. So then you're gonna take out some masking tape and you're going to tape this down to the original image. All right, and you don't need a ton of tape, just enough so that it doesn't slide around on you. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grid this. Okay, and the way that we grid this is I'm gonna take my ruler and I'm going to lay it against this opening, okay? This opening should be about 2 inches wide. I'm gonna take my ruler and I'm going to mark every 1/2 inch on the black part, okay? 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Okay, so you should have 3 marks. Then I'm gonna take my ruler and I'm gonna slide it down and I'm gonna line it up with the bottom edge of this and mark it again every 1/2 inch on the black. Okay. Then what I'll do is I will flip my picture and I will put my ruler on the bottom or on the top edge of the picture or the opening, and I'll mark every 1/2 inch again on the black part. Okay, you should end up with 5 lines. I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom edge of this on the black part. Just so you know that this opening should be 3 inches wide. Okay, so now I've got it marked all the way around. What I'll do is I'll take my ruler and I will match up those 2 marks that I made, and with a sharp pencil, I will draw a line through my original picture. Okay, I'm gonna do this for every mark all the way around. Okay, so let me just get it done. Okay, I'm gonna flip this and I'm gonna do it the opposite direction, and this will create like a checkerboard over top of my original. Okay, so now what I want to do is, holding my piece of paper the same orientation that my original is in, I will then mark every 3 inches on every side of this piece of paper. And you're going to do this lightly, but understand that for this video, I'm going to do this very heavy because I want to make sure that you can see it. Okay, so And then I slide my ruler down and I do this somewhere else on the piece of paper just below that, so that when I go to match these lines up, I can make sure that my ruler will stay consistent, okay? So now I'm gonna do the opposite direction, again, every 3 inches. And notice my ruler's not long enough, so I'm gonna switch out to a yardstick, just because. Now, if yours isn't long enough, that's okay. It'll work. Or you can just use a straight edge to draw your lines. Okay, 3 inches all the way down. Okay, slide my ruler down to the bottom, do the exact same thing. Whoops. Oops, that's not 3 inches. All right, now I'm gonna match my lines up. So I take my ruler and I line up 2 of my marks that are going in the same direction, and I draw myself a line. Remember, your lines need to be drawn lightly. I'm only doing this heavily so that you can see it on the video. Okay, when you're all done, here's your double check. You look at your original and you look at your gridded piece of paper. How many boxes do I have across the top? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have 4 across the top of this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Flip it to the side. How many boxes do I have going this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I did it correctly. Now what you're gonna do is go box by box and transfer what is happening in this box to the first box. The best way to do this is use the edges of your box to figure out where things land. This line right here looks to be like it starts right in the center of that box and extends down to about the 2/3 mark. So I start in the center and I curve it so that it ends, whoops, right about at the 2/3 mark. Okay, then I do the next one over. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of guesstimate the distance here. This kind of falls at the 1/3 mark, I think. All right, so 1/3 I feel like would be right about there, and it extends to about the 1/4 inch mark, kind of keeping a consistent width across these two, okay? And so that is how you're going to translate this entire picture from one box to the next.